BlacKklansman is the newest Spike Lee joint, and it's probably the best film he's done in years. Because, I mean, it's incredibly artistic and well done, but it's also just a really entertaining film. And I really loved it.
Hello, this is Ron Stallworth calling. Who am I speaking with?
This is David Duke.
Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. That David Duke?
God. Last time I checked. What can I do you for?
Well, since you asked, I hate blacks. I hate Jews, Mexicans, and Irish, Italians, and Chinese.
So this mainly stars John David Washington as Ron Stallworth, and Adam Driver as the white Ron Stallworth. And, you know, this sets up this, he's like, Ron Stallworth is like the first black person in the police in the Colorado Springs. And he goes in there and, you know, he wants to become an undercover cop. And while he's moved into that, he decides to give a call to the KKK and try to get in with them. And he does. And they need a white person to actually meet the people. And, you have a movie about a credible, true story. And the first thing I will say that this is based on a true story, and a lot of the stuff is true, but there's some climatic things toward the end of the movie where are not true. Essentially, like, all of the white supremacists they meet, the KKK people, they are fictitious. Like, they did meet people, and they did happen, but the actual characters are more fictitious. And also, some things that they did are fictitious. Like, then the real story, like, they did do a lot. They stopped the cross burnings, and they did a lot, but there's some other stuff that didn't happen. But then, I mean, they were involved in that sort of stuff later. But I say, I'm right back, I say, but that when I watched it, I was like, I think a lot of stuff rings true, but that part is a little too Hollywood, and it is. But it makes for really cool scenes. And this is really a beautiful film, because it's not just, like, you have, like, the white supremacist, and you have the other angle. You have him, at a certain point, he's undercover with, like, a person talking that was a Black Panther, and it's like with the local black college union or something, like then you see him speaking, and they're giving great oration, and you see, but it's so cool that how they filmed it, because you see, like, the people in the crowd, and you see like it's like a black screen, their faces kind of pop up, and they're like one or two or three on the screen. And you see them just rapt awe of how he's speaking. And it's a beautiful scene. And there's also a really interesting scene later when they have another one. They have a person that witnessed a lynching when he was young, and they explaining his experience. And I tell, like, they almost, like, when they do these scenes, they kind of go beyond the film, and it almost seems like they're talking to the audience. And I think that could be a little, like, it could take you out of the film for some people, but I absolutely loved it because it's so artistic. Like, it made it feel like it's not just a movie. It's like a piece of artwork. It's really like he's doing something interesting and impressive that I really haven't seen other films try to do. And I will say, though, that if you've been keeping up with stuff about this film, there is, like, you probably might know, like, the very end, like, after the end of the real film, they have, like, stuff showing what happened a year ago at the Charlottesville or whatever, that, when all that stuff, horrible stuff happened with the Nazis and the white supremacists clashing with everyone else. And I think, I understand what he's going for. We're, like, trying to say, oh, you think this is back then? No, this is right now. But I think that other parts of the movie did it really well without being so in your face about it. I'm not sure if the film needed to do that at the end, but I still think it's an interesting talking point. but I think it kind of takes you out a little bit of the story of the film by having like this scenes from real life at the very end. But I think there's other times like you'll see with David Duke where he's talking to Ron Stallworth on the phone, and he's like, "Oh, we need to make America great," or something, and we need to we're not gonna get what we want done until we get a person like us in power as a president. And like, there's a lot of stuff, obviously, Trump is a racist, and this is why. They do it enough throughout the film where it's not that in your face and it's more well done. But I think towards the end it's just like, here you go, this is. And I think that on one side it kind of works, on the other side it kind of doesn't. But still as a whole, I love this film. Like, there's a lot of funny moments, like especially when he's like talking on the phone to David Duke, and all the other cops are like listening in and kind of laughing at him. And there's a lot of tense scenes, because this is kind of like, in one of those like an undercover cop films, because the white Ron Stallworth, Flip Zimmerman, the Adam Driver, which is, again, this is one thing that's kind of changed. But I think in the one that played this, he was not Jewish, but in this movie he's Jewish, and he has to go in and with these KKK members and gain their trust, and you become one of them. And especially the one guy is incredibly violent, and he does not like Jews, and he thinks he might be a Jew. So I mean, there's a lot of tense moments, but it's all like, I was enthralled by the film. I also like too that because Ron Stallworth is a cop and he's the main character, and he has like stuff where he's like within the Black Student Union, and he's kind of dating the president of that. And like they have, some of the stuff that they're saying is kind of wrong. Like, it's over the top. Like, they're saying they want to kill the pigs, and he he doesn't like her calling cops pigs. And it's like, I like, it'd be easy to have them be perfect, but then they show that they would go maybe a little too far, and the same way that like some of the white cops are horrible, but they're not all horrible. Like, I liked some of what they did with that. It wasn't just a clear cut and dry, like, these people are bad, these people are good. I like that they had a little bit of that questioning of of these people and who they are. Like, there's so many aspects of this film that you can really dig into, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'd probably give it like a 9 out of 10, and if you have it playing near you, I think you should definitely check it out. But thanks for watching. Check out the video playlist on my head, and subscribe to me on that Z over there. Thanks.